How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So, today we're going to be going over the top 5 Dragon Ball what ifs or MCU what ifs that I made this year. So, 2021 was a little whack for a lot of reasons. I was actually genuinely surprised, found out that a lot of people didn't know about the Toei thing that happened, so I don't have the time to go over that today. But that happened, which made this year kind of suck for YouTube. Not fun most of the time, but I still did try to make some good what ifs for you guys, and you guys were able to vote on which ones that you thought were the best of this year. So this isn't just me being like, oh yeah, well I preferred working on this one, so it's going to be in the top 5. But no, it is going to be based off of what you guys picked. So coming in at number 5 is going to be What If the Brolys Were Twins. Now, the first 2 parts of this one were in 2020, but it was recently concluded this year in 2021. And I will say, I'm glad you guys picked this one, because I had a lot of fun working on this one in the beginning. Like, it was so much fun to go through the Broly movies again, because I do really like the Broly movies. And while I do think that, like, nowadays, after, like, the Super Broly movie, that the originals just really are not up to par, I did like going through them for nostalgia's sake and being able to combine it with the new Super continuity with Broly. And I thought it was really fun to go through. Now this one I had to stop after the Toei thing going on, so this one went on a big hiatus for a few months, and so that kind of like dwindled like the direction I had for the series, and I had to, you know, wrap it up in a completely different way than I originally envisioned. But I do really like how the story went by trying to introduce Bio Broly. I love doing that because a lot of people seem to really like that, and I was really happy about that. And the worst part, I will have to say, is when I have to get into Super territory, and you guys all know this if you know me, is that I hate writing Super stories, except for Goku Black, so much. Universe 6 is terrible, and the Tournament of Power is passable. Those ones, in particular, I loathe to work on constantly. They're just not fun. They're just not fun to write. So once I got into that territory, I automatically was like, not really the biggest fan of this one, but I'm happy that you guys still liked this series and followed it until its end. The movie is out if you guys want to see that, the What If Brolys Were Twins movie. You can check that out in the top over there. But yeah, this one comes in at number 5, and I'm really glad you guys enjoyed it. Now, coming in at number 4 is going to be What If Everybody Learned Kaioken. Now, again, this series started out in 2020, but was recently finished actually a couple months ago in 2021. So, overall, I really did enjoy working on this story. This one didn't suffer as much as the Brolys Were Twins did due to the Toei whole stuff that was going on there. I think this one went, you know, pretty well for the most part, in my mind at least, of where I wanted it to go from the moment I started working on it until the very end. It was so much fun to work on, and I really like how you guys enjoyed having the other Z fighters come in to the fray. Because most of the time when I try to, like, include, like, Yamcha, Tien, all those other guys, that's when most of you guys, you know, just check out and really don't care, because, let's be real here, everyone really wants to see, like, what if Goku was Boom and stuff like that, because based on my channel views, I know that's what you guys like. So, it was really nice that you guys enjoyed watching everybody else have a chance to fight, like Piccolo, the humans, and all those guys have a chance to be in the spotlight for once. I loved how you guys enjoyed that, so it was really nice to be able to write something about a story that wasn't around, like, super duper Saiyan focused. It did get really Saiyan focused towards the end, because that's how Super operates, but I like how in the more beginning parts I was able to really focus it in on the humans, and you guys really seem to enjoy that too, so I'm really glad you guys voted for this one. Again, if you want to see the whole movie to this one, that one's out too. You can go watch it in the corner over there. Coming in at number 3 is going to be What If Damon Was in Dragon Ball. So again, this one started in 2020, I think it was like my 4,000 subscriber special, and it did go up until 2021, and again, it is still going. Don't worry about that. I actually have something big coming out for it in the next few days, so make sure to look forward to that. But this series has gone on a big hiatus after everything going on, you know, with Toei. What do you know? I think that's like my favorite word this episode. Basically, everything that was going on with there, and just a whole creative process that I was going through just died down once I got into Super territory. And again, I hate to say that, but every time I get to a Dragon Ball Super story, I just clock out. Like, I'm just not a fan of writing Super stories very much. I love including super characters in the original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, but when it comes to, like, continuing, like, long-going what-ifs into Super, that's when everything just starts, like, I lose interest really fast. And I really, really enjoy working on this episode. I love having all the characters change the way that I'd want them to change. I loved including Karis into it, even though the whole spider thing was very controversial for a lot of people. Get over that, by the way. Like, that's definitely not the weirdest thing that's ever happened in Dragon Ball. I loved including her in that story, and everything, like, up until Super, I really loved writing. But the moment that I got to Battle of Gods, I was like, ugh, I don't know, I don't want to work on Super anymore, so that's a big hiatus that's going through, and that's a big reason why I started working on What If Damon Was Evil, since I was like, I really want to go back to where this Damon and Dragon Ball started by doing more stuff with the OG Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So that's one of the big reasons why Damon and Dragon Ball is on hiatus right now, but you guys really did enjoy it, and I know I get, like, literally thousands of comments, like, all the time, asking for when this series is coming back. It'll come back soon. Don't worry, I have something big planned for it coming back. But yeah, that's basically what's going on with that series, and I'm really glad you guys made it your number 3. Coming in at number 2 is What If Damon Was in the MCU. So, this one I basically started after Toei. Wait, I'm saying that again. I basically started after the whole Toei thing going on with, like, when I couldn't really work on Dragon Ball content anymore, because, you know, we were still working on trying to get all the videos back and making sure that Toei was gone and not hitting me anymore. So I made this series because I really, really loved the Marvel movies, and I know basically almost everything about them, so I was like, you know what, this is definitely the next best thing I want to work on, and you guys really seem to like this one, which is funny, because when it first started, I was like, this one is definitely not going to get a lot of views, but it had a lot of views. Like, I think, like, the first episode right now has around, like, 10,000 views, which is like, wow, that's really awesome, because I didn't know you guys like this series that much. But as more parts go on, I get more excited to work on it, and one of the big things that I love about the Marvel movies right now is that I feel that as I keep going with more parts, like, the more excited I get. You know, especially for Damon in the MCU, because with each new part, I am able to, like, do more with the series that I can't do with Dragon Ball. Because the thing is, with Dragon Ball What Ifs, is that I am easily able to go from the Hunt for the Dragon Balls arc up until Boo and really enjoy writing. But again, the literal moment I get to writing Super, that's when everything gets stale. But again, that's not a big problem with the MCU, because I love it from beginning to, like, it's not done yet, but from beginning to the end point that we're at right now. And being able to continuously write and, like, improve upon a lot of stuff with it, and try to make it interesting, I really like doing that. And sure, we're not done anywhere near with Damon in the MCU right now, because we're still in Phase 2, and even though we're on Part 8, I am really excited to keep moving on with this series. And you'd think by Part 8, I'd be, like, a little like, ugh, I don't want to work on this anymore. But, like, no, with each new part that I make, the more I get excited, because I really want to continue on to this series, because I really, really enjoy making it. And I personally think that it is my favorite What If that I've ever worked on this channel, and I really, really like it. And I'm really happy that you guys made it your number 2. I really didn't expect you guys to put a Marvel What If on here, but I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed it, and thank you very much for making it your number 2, because I was really happy with it. Now, easily coming in at number 1 with the most votes was What If Damon Was Evil. So, What If Damon Was Evil, like I explained earlier, was basically me not wanting to work on What If Damon was in Dragon Ball anymore, because I hate Super. Well, I don't hate Super, sorry, don't take that out of context. I don't hate Super, I really enjoy watching Super, but I hate writing Super. So I really hated writing Super, and I didn't want to do that for Damon and Dragon Ball, so I wanted to go back to basics with Evil Damon. And Evil Damon was a chance for me to, like, really flex creative writing, I think, because I have to make myself the bad guy. I need to make myself ruthless and evil, and I even have to narrate in a certain evil way. Definitely probably doesn't sound evil, but I try to narrate in a more, how do I say it, in a more, where I basically have to narrate in a more, like, oh yeah, I am the best kind of way, and kind of stuff like that, because that's how Evil Damon acts. And this series is definitely nowhere near done yet. I know it hasn't had a lot of parts in a while, but that's because, again, I am building towards something for Damon and Dragon Ball and Evil Damon. So for all you guys saying, like, oh my god, what's taking you so long with this one? I have something really big planned for it. So don't worry, it's coming. Just don't worry, it's going to come back. I haven't, like, forgotten about it. It's not going to take a year for the next part to come out. And I'm very sorry that it's been delayed a lot, but something big coming, and I really think you guys are going to enjoy it. But Evil Damon, it's only at 4 parts right now, but you guys really, really enjoyed this one, and ranked it your number 1 what if that I made in 2021. So I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed it. And that is basically the top 5 what ifs that you guys voted for on my channel. These definitely were not my top 5 what ifs that I like to work on, besides Damon in the MCU. But I'm really glad you guys enjoyed all these what ifs for their own individual quirks. So now, going into 2022, I honestly don't know where I'm going to take the channel in 2022. For 2021, as you guys saw, I made an update video last year around this time about where I wanted to take the channel. And look at me mention them again. Everything after Toei ruined my channel. And you guys who've been around me for a long time definitely know that. And it's definitely murdered my motivation to continue working on this. So I honestly don't know where I'm going to take the channel. My channel, I don't think it's, like, on life support right now. I think we still have enough traction going. We're able to keep it moving for quite a while. But we'll see where this year goes. And I know it's only January, and the statistics for January, analytics, sorry, for January aren't the best for YouTube ever. But everything has just been dead for a while. I'm really trying to wrap up a bunch of old what-ifs that I was working on before I get into, like, the new stuff. Because as you guys saw, I made a poll the other day talking about, like, if you guys wanted me to do, like, 2 at a time. And I will be doing that because that worked really well before. But before I do that, I really want to finish up a bunch of the what-ifs that I started before really starting some new ones. Because the more I get the old ones out of the way, the more I can branch off into something new and move the channel in a better direction. Because the way it's moving right now, I don't know if I can keep up with it anymore. Because every time I pump out a new video, it barely gets 1,000 views in a day. And while that sounds kind of like, oh, I didn't get 1,000 views, what's wrong with me? If you guys with me before, I used to get 1,000 views every 10 minutes. And that kind of hurts nowadays, where I'm just like, oh, it takes me, like, over a day to really get 1,000 views now. And I'm not saying, like, oh, what's wrong with you guys for not watching? Because if you don't like it, you don't like it. I'm not going to, like, force you to watch it. But it's just that even for the what if videos I made before that I weren't really proud of, in at least 10 minutes they would have 1,000 views. And that really motivated me to keep going. So the fact that now views are really dwindling, I genuinely don't know how much longer I can keep going with this, especially since I am getting older. I'm gonna need to do more stuff with jobs in my life and stuff. So I genuinely have no idea. So I really hope you guys stick with me on this journey that we have going on with Damon What If. The channel will be 2 years old, Jesus Christ, coming up very soon. So I'll probably do something for that if you guys want. But for right now, going into 2022, my big plans are to wrap up a bunch of the old what ifs that I have going on, so we can get those out of the way and move on to the new things, and then really hammer in with the new things with new Dragon Ball and new Marvel. Probably not anything else, because I don't really think I can make good compelling what ifs on anything else. But Dragon Ball and Marvel, I'm definitely going to keep moving on with. So I hope you guys stick around with me for that, and thank you all so much for watching this video, and until we meet again. See you later.